Dear friends, the Buddha once said, all conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. Have you ever wondered what truly happens when our time in this world comes to an end? What if I told you that a simple smile from an old monk holds the answer to life's greatest mysteries? Welcome to the Motivation Zone at Freedom, where we explore the timeless wisdom that can transform the way we live and think. Today, I want to share with you a beautiful and profound story, the story of an old monk, his final moments, and the words that left his disciples in awe. Without giving away too much, this tale reveals the deep truths of Buddhist teachings on impermanence, the interconnectedness of all things, and the art of letting go. These are not just lofty ideals, they are lessons we can apply to our own lives right now, helping us find peace and clarity amidst life's challenges. So, dear friends, let's dive into this moving story and uncover the wisdom behind the monk's serene smile. It might just change the way you see life and death. Dear friends, let us step into the serene courtyard of a small monastery, nestled amidst lush mountains. Here lived an old monk, a man of great wisdom who had spent his life teaching the profound truths of the Buddhist teachings. He was not just a teacher to his disciples. He was a guiding light, a father figure, and a source of boundless compassion. As the years passed, the monk grew frail, and one day, it became clear that his time on this earth was drawing to a close. His disciples, overcome with sadness, gathered around his bedside, their faces heavy with grief. How could they imagine a life without his comforting presence and profound guidance? But the old monk, dear friends, was calm. A serene smile graced his face, a smile that seemed to hold the secrets of the universe. As his disciples wept, he looked at them with kindness and said, "Do not mourn. A cloud never dies. It simply becomes rain." These words, spoken in his soft, steady voice, left the disciples momentarily silent. They were simple yet so profound. In that moment, the monk was teaching them one final lesson, a truth as eternal as the mountains that surrounded them. Dear friends, what did the old monk mean by these words? Why did he compare his life to a cloud? Let us now delve deeper into this story and uncover the timeless wisdom behind his serene smile.
Dear friends, the old monk's words, "A cloud never dies. It simply becomes rain," hold within them layers of profound wisdom. Let us take a closer look at the teachings they reveal, beginning with the concept of impermanence or anicca. Imagine, dear friends, the cloud drifting peacefully in the sky. It is beautiful and seemingly eternal, but in time, it begins to change. The wind carries it across the heavens, the sun warms it, and eventually, it transforms into rain. This is the natural order of things. Nothing in this world is permanent. The cloud's form changes, but it never truly disappears. In the same way, the old monk reminds us that life, too, is in constant motion. Our loved ones, our possessions, and even our own bodies are like the cloud, always changing, never fixed. Yet, we often cling tightly to these things, fearing their loss. The monk's smile invites us to embrace this impermanence, not as a source of sadness, but as a liberating truth. Dear friends, when we understand that change is inevitable, we can begin to let go of our fear of loss. We see life as a flowing river, not a static pond. This perspective allows us to cherish each moment for what it is, knowing that it too will pass, just as the rain will one day return to the sky as a cloud. Now, dear friends, let us consider another layer of the monk's teaching: interconnectedness. The cloud is not an isolated entity. It is born from the ocean, the wind, and the heat of the sun. When it becomes rain, it nourishes the earth, fills rivers, and sustains life. The cloud's journey is a beautiful reminder that nothing exists independently. The old monk's words point us to this truth. His life, like the cloud, has touched many others. His teachings have shaped his disciples. His compassion has healed hearts, and his wisdom will continue to ripple through time. Even as his physical form fades, the essence of his life carries on, just as the rain carries the cloud's essence to the earth. Dear friends, when we understand this interconnectedness, we begin to see the threads that weave us together with all of existence. It fosters a sense of gratitude for the sun that warms us, the rain that quenches our thirst, and the people who enrich our lives. It humbles us, reminding us that we are not separate but part of a vast, interdependent web of life. So, dear friends, as we reflect on the monk's words, let us embrace the truth of impermanence and interconnectedness. These teachings are not just ideas to ponder but wisdom to live by. They help us face change with courage, cherish our connections with gratitude, and find peace in the ever-changing flow of life. Dear friends, grief is a natural part of life. When we lose someone or something dear to us, the weight of sadness can feel unbearable. But the old monk's serene smile shows us a different way, a way of detachment, which is not about shutting off our emotions but about accepting life's natural flow. The monk's calmness in his final moments wasn't indifference to his disciples' sorrow. It was a deep understanding that death, like life, is simply part of existence. He knew that clinging to his presence would only bring his disciples pain. His words, "A cloud never dies. It simply becomes rain," were meant to teach them to let go not with despair, but with peace. Dear friends, letting go doesn't mean forgetting or ceasing to care. It means acknowledging the impermanence of all things and finding comfort in the fact that life continues in new forms. To practice this, we can remind ourselves to focus on the gifts someone has left us, their love, their wisdom, their impact rather than their absence. Just like rain nourishes the earth, the essence of those we lose nourishes our lives in ways we may not always see. Now, dear friends, let's delve into one of the most profound teachings of Buddhism, the concept of non-self. When the monk spoke of the cloud transforming into rain, he was pointing to a deeper truth. Nothing in existence has a fixed or permanent self. Think of the cloud, dear friends. Does it have a permanent identity? It begins as water vapor, becomes a cloud, transforms into rain, and eventually becomes part of the rivers and oceans. Its form changes, but its essence continues. In the same way, we are not fixed beings. We are ever-changing combinations of physical, emotional, and mental elements. Understanding this, dear friends, can free us from the illusion of a permanent self when we stop clinging to the idea of who we think we are or who we think others are. We begin to experience life with greater openness and peace. This is not to say we lose our individuality, but rather that we embrace the fluid nature of existence. The monk's disciples learned this truth through his final teaching. Though their teacher's physical form would soon disappear, the wisdom he shared, the love he gave, and the transformation he inspired would live on. Just as the cloud's journey continues, so too does the journey of every life. Dear friends, when we let go of grief and the illusion of permanence, we find freedom. Freedom from the fear of loss, freedom from the pain of attachment, and freedom to live fully in the present moment. Let the monk's smile remind us of this timeless truth. Nothing is ever truly lost, it simply transforms.
Dear friends, the story of the old monk's smile isn't just an ancient teaching. It's a timeless guide for how we can navigate our lives today. Let's explore the practical wisdom it offers and how we can bring these lessons into our modern lives. Change is one of the few constants in life, dear friends. Yet it's something many of us resist. Whether it's the end of a relationship, a career shift, or the passage of time, we often hold on to what's familiar, fearing the unknown. But as the monk's words remind us, nothing is permanent. Just like the cloud that transforms into rain, change is not an end, but an opportunity for growth. Think of the times in your life when change has forced you to adapt. Those moments may have been challenging, but they likely helped you grow stronger, wiser, or more compassionate. Embracing change with an open heart allows us to see it not as a loss, but as a stepping stone on our journey. Dear friends, just as the cloud continues its journey through the rain. Our actions, words, and love leave ripples long after we are gone. The old monk's smile reminds us that while forms may change, the essence of who we are lives on through the lives we touch. Every kind word we speak, every act of compassion we perform, and every lesson we pass on is like the rain nourishing the earth. Let us celebrate this continuation by being mindful of the legacy we create. Ask yourself, dear friends, how can I leave the world a little better than I found it? Finally, dear friends, the monk's calm acceptance teaches us to find peace in the present moment. Nature itself is a beautiful teacher of this truth. Observe the flow of a river, the rhythm of the rain, or the dance of the wind through the trees. These elements don't resist, they simply move with the flow of life. When we let go of our constant striving for control and instead tune into the present moment, we discover a deep sense of peace. Whether it's through meditation, spending time in nature, or simply pausing to take a deep breath, the present moment is where life truly happens. Dear friends, as we reflect on the monk's story and his teachings, let us carry these lessons into our own lives. Embrace change as a chance to grow, celebrate the ways we continue to impact the world, and find peace by living fully in the present. Just like the monk's smile, these truths can guide us toward a life of greater freedom and joy. Dear friends, as we come to the end of this journey, let us return to the story of the old monk and his serene smile. His final teaching, "A cloud never dies," it simply becomes rain, reminds us that endings are never truly the end. Like the rain that nourishes the earth, life continues to flow, transform, and touch everything around it. Take a moment, dear friends, to reflect on your own life. Can you see the beauty in impermanence, the way it makes each moment precious? Can you feel the interconnectedness of all things, how your words, actions, and love ripple through the world, leaving an impact far beyond what you can see? The wisdom of the monk's smile invites us to embrace life's changes, to let go of the fear of loss, and to find peace in the present moment. It's a lesson we can carry with us, not just in times of sorrow, but in every step of our journey. Thank you, dear friends, for joining me today on this path of understanding. May this story inspire you to see the beauty in life's ever-changing flow and to live with a heart full of peace and acceptance. Until next time, take care and embrace the wisdom of the present moment.